The amazing thing is, there's many more people that wanted to come, and we had to turn them away, but that this many people, plus many more, have found each other this lifetime. That's what really strikes me so strongly, that we found each other. And all of our travels from Tel Aviv to Rome, to Moscow, St. Petersburg, all throughout India in these last 7 weeks, even will include Canada and Los Angeles. We're finding, thousands of people are finding each other. Every place we go, the gatherings are bigger and bigger. Finding each other, finding our family, finding our tribe, finding a way to be together, longing to be with each other, missing each other when we're apart from each other. And I think that's the way Creator planned the whole idea, that isolation was not a part of our human makeup. And that, as the Hopi prayer says, the age of the lone wolf is over. Just admit you need each other. You long for each other. You want each other's love. You want each other's hug. You want each other's touch. Kind words. You want each other's eyes, souls. Because it is what this new age is all about, the Aquarian age. To, as Yogi Bhajan said, to live for each other and not at each other. Which means competition, comparison, judgment, it will all leave consciousness as we move to this new age. And with it will leave dis-ease, will leave unhappiness, will leave distraught, depression. We're at the height of all that now, aren't we? We're at the apex, the top of it all now. But it will clear its way out as consciousness rises, as love rises, as just saying, I need you. I want to be with you all. Let me help heal you. You heal me. We'll do it all together. And when we have that feeling, everything changes, doesn't it? You ever been so sick and maybe you had just a bad bout of the flu? Or maybe you're going through chemo? Or deep depression? Maybe even thoughts of suicide? And someone came to you just at the right time and put their arms around you, saying, let's do this. It's worth staying alive. It's worth coming into consciousness. It's worth, and you feel their warmth, and you feel their love, and you feel their eyes, and in a moment you might have an awakening to know what it's all about. There were times in these last 7 weeks in traveling that I caught many times the connection from eyes to eyes. Big eyes, little eyes, dark eyes, blue eyes. And that's always the seat of the soul. We had an amazing experience of many. But one was, we were 4 hours south of Tel Aviv in Israel. And I'd been to Israel before, but I'd never been where Jesus did his 40 days in the desert. And there was an old kibbutz that we did a retreat. And if you've ever been to such a desert as in Israel, and one of the things we did, we all walked out into the desert. There's nothing, it's just small pebbles that go forever and ever. And we all dispersed, and we just saw dots of humans as far as the horizon could appear. And we all stayed out there until we heard the gong. And it was a moment like we all have those moments, that I'll never forget the feeling and the sensation of the vastness and the oneness all in one. And those are the kind of sensations wherever we are in the world, and it can happen on the streets of New York City. They just connect you. And then when we're not in that connection, and we're totally disconnected, it's so painful to be in a disconnected, disembodied mind, which we all have, that you long to get back to the connection. And right now, we have a connection here. And it's going to get stronger and stronger as we go through the night. And we're happy to announce that we have a beautiful supper awaiting us upstairs. And thanks to Guru Shabbat and Wa, neither of them are here, they made us some really good food. And I called from someplace on the other side of the world, and I said, we must have supper tonight together. We must eat together. Because that's what people do on 12-12-12. And it probably won't come around again in our lifetime, so we have to eat together. That was one of the basic teachings Yogi Bhajan gave us. He says, eat together. Share your food together. Like break bread together. And that brings people together, just eating together, praying together, hugging together. It's not that complicated. But like Gurmukh said, it's all that electronic stuff that separates us. Somebody told me that the young people can be here, and there can be someone downstairs they know, and they text message them rather than to go down. And we become into such a habit that we just the heart, the eyes, the hug. So, as we move today, you may bump into people, but think of it as a hug rather than a bump. I know for some of you, especially you who are a little more cynical, I might sound like a Hallmark greeting card. But turning 70 this year, I am kind of a Hallmark greeting card. And I think it's fine now. I'm not too cool, I'm not too aloof. I'm a Hallmark greeting card. So thank you all for coming. Please rub your